Hello everyone, and welcome back to, I think, my 6th episode of Together. If you don't know what Together is, it's the series on my channel where I just bring light to like issues and things girls growing up in society deal with these days. And I just like talk about my take on them and like some advice. And it's always open for you guys to comment down below if the comments are even working, because YouTube has been doing a weird thing about disabling my comments for no reason. I'm trying to work on it, but I don't know, hopefully it's fixed soon. But anyways, today I want to talk about grades for school. I feel like the timing of this is like really good, so I thought this would be an appropriate thing to talk about, and I have a lot to say about this because it's something that really affects my life and it's something I struggle with every single day, and I really want to give my like take on it and like kind of my advice on it. So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. Also, comment down below what you want me to talk about in my next Together episode, because I want it to be like driven by you guys and what you want me to talk about. So comment that down below. And now I kind of want to just jump right into it. It's gonna be like grades, but then I'm going into like the school system and success and all of that. So stick around if you want to hear me kind of rumble this rant Recently, as I started kind of approaching high school, and even more this year, as the pressure of college gets more demanding every single day, I've started to literally obsess over my grades. I'm literally online checking my grades every 5 minutes, literally judging my self-worth and how I value myself based off my grades. If I get an A on something, I'll feel like I'm on top of the world. I'll feel so smart. I'll feel so powerful. Then I fail another test. I feel disgusting. I feel awful. I've realized a little weird phenomenon in my life. If I end up doing really well in a class, it makes me feel so good about myself, and it inspires me to keep doing well, and it makes me feel like I'm like so good at this subject. I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm so good at like history, it's my thing, I got it, because I get a good grade one quarter. And then if I do poorly on like one test or end up with a bad grade in another class, I'll just feel so awful about that class for the whole rest of the year. I'll be like, oh, chemistry is not my subject, I can't do this, and I'll kind of just like change my whole attitude on it. And this is something I've realized, how much I've obsessed over my grades recently and how much I've started basing my worth off of them, and I feel like I've completely lost myself in the numbers, and I've completely started measuring myself by the numbers. And I realized that throughout our whole society, we are always judging ourselves and measuring ourselves based off of numbers. Whether it be your grades to determine your success in life, whether it be if you have a 26-inch waist and double D boobs to determine how beautiful you are, whether it be your net worth and whether your house is worth like 10 million or not to determine how happy you are. We're always judging ourselves based off of numbers and using numbers to compare ourselves in this world. This is something I've kind of noticed for a while, but I kind of had that like epiphany moment of, wait, this whole measurement of numbers is completely ruining our school system and is such a huge flaw. I see kids all over the country running around to memorize this and that for the test and to just pass the next test and get through the quarter, get an A. It's not about learning anymore. It's about passing the class. And this is not the fault of the students. This is the fault of the school system and how our whole school system is set up. We believe that good grades equals success, and good grades equals getting into a good college, and therefore success in life, and therefore happiness in life, and therefore fulfillment in life. But is that really the truth? Is there really such a correlation between getting good grades, which is basically just like memorizing content for a test and like testing well, and like success and fulfillment and happiness in life? Is that really so potent in our world? If so, that is terrible. And I think that is so messed up if you think about it. That's what's gonna get us success in life. Get like memorizing stuff for a test. It's not even about learning anymore. It's just about passing the class. So I want you to close your eyes for a second and think about one word to describe like what you want out of life and what you want your overall like life experience to be. So close your eyes and think of that word. And I'm sure a lot of you probably thought of success, happiness, love, family, joy, like all that kind of stuff. And now I really want you to think about if you can equate all these powerful emotions and powerful feelings and things to a number. And I think that's what our society is kind of tricking people into believing, that we can get all of these things from like good grades, lots of money, like large net worth, like all those kinds of like numerical like BS like kind of things. And it's true, we do this all the time. We equate success and happiness and all these like things we want out of life to just the numbers. But is this really true? Is this really what success is? Is it really just all about the numbers? Is this what happiness is? So in order to answer this, we kind of have to dive into what success really is. When you think of success, I'm sure what comes to mind is like powerful, rich people in our society who have accomplished a lot, like Kylie Jenner, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, like the list goes on, like powerful billionaires who seem to have done a lot and have really influenced our society. I want you to ask yourself, what is it about these people that makes them look successful? Is it their accomplishments, or is it just how much they're worth? Like, think about it. Like, I really thought about this and I realized, like, if they hadn't had this huge price tag attached to them, if like you would see like Elon Musk, everything he was doing without like his like net worth next to him, I'm sure you wouldn't be looking at him as successful as you see him now, if that makes sense. So like, I was just thinking about that and I was like, wow, like we really do measure success by the numbers and by the money and by how much their houses are worth, not really by like their happiness or their joy or like the real emotions and like the balance in their life. We measure it by money. Personally, I think success is more than just the numbers and the money and the good grades and the all that kind of stuff. Anything numerical you could say success is. I believe anybody in this world can be successful. Whether you have a 1.4 GPA or a 5 GPA, or you have $100 in your bank account or $100 million in your bank account, I think success is more than just numbers. I think success is actually feelings. Like, I actually think success is like happiness, hard work, passion, balance, like learning, respect, teaching. Like, I think success is all of that. I think anyone can be successful in anything they do. And you also have to realize that we're all on a different path in this world. We can't define success as one thing. We can't all strive to one extreme because we're all gonna end up doing very different things in the world. And I always go back to this, I think, in all these videos, but you have to stop comparing yourself to everyone else. If you're making like the archetype for like success, let's say in high school, the perfect straight A student who got a 36 on their ACT, you have to really think, like, does that mean they're successful? It just means they're different than you and they have a different definition of success. Like, I'm not arguing that it's not good to work hard, because I believe hard work gets you so far and I believe passion takes you so far too. I'm just saying there's so much more than just the numbers which our society puts on us. And you can't be discouraged by the numbers. You can't let them limit you. You have so much more inside of you than your test scores and your numbers. You have so much passion in you. So you have so much life in you. You have so much to do in this world. So you really can't let these numbers stop you. Okay, also a little off topic, but like more kind of related to success than grades. But I think in our society, we believe that like more time working, less sick days, less time for yourself, less time with family, like more time like killing yourself over work means more success. Like, I think it's so, I see this all the time. Kids are applauded for showing up to school with like an 101 fever, who are literally throwing up in between classes. Maybe not literally, but you know what I mean. They're applauded for that because it shows like commitment. It shows that they're destined for success. It shows that they have a strong work ethic. And I've literally seen teachers honor students for this. I want to say you can be completely successful and passionate and hardworking while still having balance in your life, a balance between working hard and also having time to do what you love and be with the people you love and exploring the world, because we only have one life. And I think this idea of like balancing our lives also ties back into our grades. We can literally trap ourselves in this endless cycle of memorizing for tests, cramming for tests, spending all our hours studying, getting perfect grades to get into this perfect college, to get this perfect life and perfect career. And we can trap ourselves in this cycle of success. And then the question becomes at the end of this is whether this is what we want, whether these numbers or like chasing these realities is what's gonna make us happy. And I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying we often think of our lives as linear, like perfect grades then equals perfect college, then equals perfect job, or bad grades equals like no college and then bad job and bad life. Like, we think of our lives as going in like a straight line when really it's just like a big scribbly circle where like literally anything goes. And what takes you far is not your numbers, it's your passion, it's your hard work, it's your work ethic, it's following what you love in this world. It's not following the crowd, it's going against the crowd, it's doing what you love, it's doing what you're passionate about. That's what's gonna ultimately give you success in life. That's what's gonna give you the best life. That's what's gonna make you the happiest, the most passionate, the best you can be. It's not gonna be going in a straight line through what society tells you to do. It's stepping outside of that and realizing that there's not one track for success. There's not one track for failure. Nothing is linear. Everything is determined by us. Everything is in our power. And I know it's really hard to like do all this. It's like so much easier said than done. I realize that. I'm still struggling with this. There's such like an overpowering force that just is constantly telling us that we have to be a certain way to do a certain thing. And I know what it's like to want to go to that school so badly and have to like grind your ass off to get there. Like, I'm trying to do that right now. Like, I know what it's like to want something so bad, and knowing the only way you can get it is if you like conform and follow what society has unfortunately set up to be the way to do it. I just think the best way we can get around it is by changing our attitudes. First, we have to stop defining ourselves based off of our grades. I know it's small, but if you change within, it's ultimately going to change without. If we all stop defining ourselves and freaking out about grades and bringing it back to what school really is, or really should be really, which is learning, which is passion, which is creativity, which is discovering yourself, and take it out of this college prep place and getting perfect grades and being perfect, because life isn't perfect. We're gonna fuck up sometimes. And when we take it out of this, we're gonna be so much happier, and we're gonna have so much more actual success and actual fulfillment in our life. You feel like you're on top of the world when you get a 95, but then 2 seconds later it comes crashing down when you get like a C on something. Is that really how you want to live your entire life? Based on like the judgments of others? You have to build within yourself this security, this like confidence, this like sureness within yourself. And it's so hard, and I'm not even there yet. I'm just saying I'm trying to get there, and I think this is the only way we really can get there now. It's really hard to change the entire school system. I mean, I'm a dreamer. I think it can be done, but I think the best way we can start right this second is by changing our attitude on it. Your self-worth is so much more than the little tiny facts school makes you memorize and the little bubbles you have to put in a test. It's so much more than that. You're so much more than that. You're so much more than knowing the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. You're literally so much more than that. So you can't let it get to you. And I'm not trying to argue against school. I love school. I love learning. I love creativity. I have ambition. I'm really hardworking. I'm all for it. I just don't like our current grading system. And I think it has to be changed, and I think it's terrible. I think the college process needs to be changed. But I think we have to start within ourselves. School could be such a great place if you think about it. Like, going somewhere to learn is actually really cool if it wasn't so much pressure and so much stress to just like perform well. It's like a constant competition and a constant cycle of that. So that makes it sucky, but I think we really can do this if we change our attitudes, and I know it's hard. We just gotta keep pushing. And now I'm tired. I just literally ranted my brains out. That was 20 minutes, wow. I thought that was a lot shorter. I thought this video was gonna be like 5 minutes. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you took something from it. I know it was kind of all over the place. Feel free, if the comments are even working, to voice your opinion, whether you agree or disagree. I just want to hear what you have to say. So yeah, that is everything for my 6th episode of Together. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video next Sunday. Bye!